Hello everyone, welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. My name is Laura, and today we are going to be making a wood grain soap design. So I'm just getting the chat set up here to make sure I can see everybody. So just take a moment. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Okay, it's just taking a moment here. Almost done setting up the chats. And I think I'm going to get one more picture to use. There we go. Okay, chats look like they are ready to go. I think we'll use a long spout picture for this. I was going to use the shorter one, but I think the long one will be fine. It'll make it a little easier for you to see what I'm doing as well. And I'll grab a couple soap towels too, why not? So this soap, I did make it one other time, but I made it with rainbow colors. And this time I want to do it with actual wood type colors. Hi Stacy, welcome. Good to see you back. Okay, so I'm going to just grab a couple other tools that I need here. A couple spatulas. I don't think we'll need the other things, so I think we're fine with that. And we'll be using my lovely green spatula. That's not really that green anymore. And here's a stick blender. Okay, so for this pour, you want the batter to stay pretty fluid. Also, there are multiple ways of doing this pour. Hi Ian, welcome. Nothing's wrong with rainbow colors. I just wanted to make it different, Ian. That is all. Although I could make it different shades of blue. That'd be really pretty. Or different shades of a single color. That might be fun to try later. Let's see here. I see, Ian. Using this live stream to get good ideas, huh? That's pretty awesome, actually. Okay. Random fragrance bottle here. Okay, and also, I was thinking about what kind of fragrance to use in this. Since we need this to stay pretty fluid, it'd probably be a really bad idea to use a floral. And also, I'm just putting on my gloves here. I want to avoid fragrances that will turn brown because the ones that I have tend to creep, which means if you were to put the fragrance in one part of the soap, the brown would slowly creep over to the side that didn't have the vanilla fragrance. However, I still want to try it at some point because I think it was a Cheeky Goat Soapery. She did one where she didn't add any brown color. She just added white and then vanilla fragrance to the other side, a certain vanilla fragrance that she uses, and it made the soap turn brown, and it made the wood grain pattern. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to try at some point, but I want to do different colors here. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Hi Lorna, welcome. Let me see here. Just have a reason. Oh yeah. Let me see what you're saying here. Yeah. Or you get people who tell you that your name is spelled wrong, but it's like your name. You would know how it was spelled. Anyway. Also, I've tried to give my oils time to cool down after they were melted. So I had to start a little bit early. So here's this. And I've given my lye water plenty of time also to cool down. So here's what we're going to do. The fragrance I chose is going to be apple. It is by Nurture Soap. I have a link below where you can get the different fragrances and colors that I use. And the reason I chose this is because applewood is a thing. And I thought, okay, that would be cute. Also, this has a really delicious, juicy apple scent to it. And it's not supposed to turn the soap brown. So I thought we'd give it a try. I'm also looking for a replacement for my previous apple fragrance. I had one that was really like an amazing fragrance. It was so delicious, but it had vanilla in it. And so if I used it, the soap would, over time, it would turn brown. So um, I wanted to avoid I want to avoid using that one if I can, and use this one if it smells as good in the soap as the old one did. Let's see here. Okay, and then for colors, what I'm going to do, let me just move this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, for colors, we're going to be doing a little bit of white, titanium dioxide. We're going to be using this color called Sugar and Spice by Nurture Soap. It's like a, I don't know, like an orangey brown kind of a color. And please excuse the state of this container, but the labels get all worn off. This is brown oxide, so it let me just show you inside. It's a very rich brown color, but you need a tiny bit, and it colors a whole lot. So let's hope I don't dump it all in the batch by mistake. And then I will be getting this pour spout. So what we're going to do is I'm going to mix the light water in with the fragrance. I'll divide it up into 3 portions, and I will dye them, or I will color them rather, with the micas and the oxides and stuff. And then we'll put it all into the pour spout container, and then we will do the wood grain pour, which will be done in this soap mold. And we have to prop it up on one side, like this, and pour down the wall of the mold. And that's what will give us the lines, and hopefully some like knots in the wood, and we'll see what we can get. Anyway, I'm just setting up this soap rag so I can prop it up. Need it a little more of an angle. But anyway, I apologize for the cat. She doesn't understand that she cannot be in here. Okay, that's better. All right, so we'll put that aside until we need it. There is more than one way to do a wood pour. You can divide up all the colors into squeeze bottles, and then one at a time draw the lines, or however. But that gives you a lot of dishes to clean up. You can keep the colors separate and then have one pour pitcher where you pour them in and then do some of the design, then pour more in and do some of the design. That works too. And I'm sure there are other ways of doing this, but I'm going to try to do it all in one pot and then do it all at once, which I believe is what I did last time. And let me just see what you're saying. Why can't the kitty be in there? Because I prefer the soap to have as few cat hairs as possible, because there are some people who don't want cat hairs in their soap. And also because they don't know that this stuff is dangerous. And sometimes I try to help, and then if they get hurt, I would feel bad. So there is also that reason. And because if they get in the way of what I'm trying to do, then I have to move them, but then I've got soap on my hands or oil on my hands, and then that gets on the cat, and then I have to change my gloves, and So I typically put all the cats, well, cats are typically not allowed in here. Okay, if they find their way in somehow, then I will deal with it at that point. But hopefully that will not happen, because, well, we like to pretend that they're well behaved, but you know how cats are. Okay, I'm going to put my face shield on real quick, just a second. Alrighty, there we go. All right, so first I'm going to go ahead and mix in the light water, which already has the sea salt in it. All right, and then I'm just going to mix to get it just blended. I don't want this super duper Like, I don't want to get a trace yet or anything because I haven't added the colors yet. Okay, so that's good enough. It's blended anyway. I'm going to go ahead and add this apple fragrance. Okay, let's see how much. Really, I should just be weighing this, but a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And this smells so good. This smells like concentrated apple juice or something. It's really delicious smelling. Okay. All right. I just wanted that, again, mixed in a little bit so that it isn't going to immediately separate when I pour it off into separate containers. But this is not trace. This is not, I would not pour this into a mold yet, because if I was to pour it into a mold like this, it would probably separate and be a really crappy soap. So we're not going to, anyways, I don't want very much white. So I'm just going to do a little bit. And then these two brownish colors can be, I also don't want them to be perfectly equal. Oh, whoops, this is in here. I'll do a little bit, I'll do a little bit more in the white, a little bit more in here. Okay, there we go. And I want primarily that dark brown color so that the other colors are more like accents, I suppose. So first, I'm gonna shake up the titanium dioxide and add that. And, oops, there it goes. Okay. Looks like it got stuck in the nozzle. All right, that's fine. So I'm going to mix this in first. Yeah, that's white enough. Okay. And this does not need to be like stark pure white because, you know, typically, even if there's like light colors in the wood, it's not typically pure white. All right, so this is going to be the brown oxide. Just going to put in a few grains to start with. That's probably enough to start with. And then I will also add this sugar and spice. I use the sugar and spice in another soap. I forget which one. This has a very nice color. It does really kind of remind me of like what spices, like nutmeg and cinnamon or something. A little bit of that. Okay. I might need to add more of that, but we'll see. I want to see how it looks first. And also get some of this white off of here. Okay. I'll put this in here. Yeah, see, that's a really nice, almost like a tan, but like an earthy tan. I don't know. It's a really pretty color. All right, set that aside for a second. I'm going to try to close this. Okay. We'll set that aside and set the white aside because we don't need that now. Okay. Try to make a little bit of room because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on here. All right, so then we take this and mix that in. It's going to look like nothing until we blend it. So, all right. There, see? And I definitely made a deeper, richer brown, and we only needed a few sprinkles. That's why I really, really like oxides, because you get such a nice color payoff, I guess you could say. All right, I think that's enough blending. Let me just move all this aside. So we've got this, and the way this works is typically the first color you put in is the last one that ends up in the mold. And the way we're going to get this wood grain is not only the pour, but also the way the soap is cut afterwards. So I'll need to show you guys that when we go to cut it. We're going to have to cut this a special way. All right. So I want to make sure there's a little bit of brown on the top of this. So we'll put in this dark brown. And all I'm doing is just kind of, I'll do it this way so you can see. I'm just going to pour a little bit like this. And then we're just going to go down the line and like add the different colors. So I think we'll put a tiny bit of white, and I'll do it random, like I won't always do the same colors in a row, hopefully. Just a tiny bit of white, a little bit more of this color, and then brown. And you can see already in the pot, like it's starting to look like something. At least maybe that's my imagination, but okay, a little bit more brown. Maybe this color again. That's the sugar and spice. And the white. Oops, it's a little more than I meant to put in, but that's all right. And now I like the dark and the light next to each other, so I think I'll do that most of the time. This. And then maybe this one. Whoops. And disaster, naturally. It wouldn't be me if I didn't spill something. All right. Let's put some white in here. Okay. Let's do another dark. Whoops. I think I better get this out of here. I don't need it. Okay. Eliminating the variables. All right. There's that. And let's do another white. That white is thickening up a little bit. Titanium dioxide tends to make the soap thicken more than other colors. I don't know why. Well, there's probably a science reason why, but let's just say I didn't look it up before pondering about it. Some more white. Let's do this one this time. And then hopefully as I put this in the mold, some of these layers will be preserved. And like I said, I think this is how I did it last time, I believe. So. And also last time I drizzled in some like sparkly purple, but obviously that would not match this color scheme. I've seen people use gold and other colors, but I wanted to try just this with these colors. This pumpkin spice is a little bit sparkly because it's mica. The brown oxide and the titanium dioxide are very matte. So I was thinking perhaps this sugar and spice would add whatever effect a little bit of gold oil would have added. Okay, so here's that. Oops. We're getting towards the top here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do as well is, before we pour this in the mold, I'm going to go ahead and put the leftovers in here into an individual mold, because there's what I have in this picture is plenty for the mold that I've got, I believe. And yeah, so we'll do a little scraping out. Okay, so look how cool that looks. It's like a brown zebra or a brown tiger, or like an actual tiger's eye stone, or, well, I guess tiger's eye doesn't have a whole lot of white in it. Okay, so I'm just gonna get my completely stained spatula here, and we're gonna scrape all this out. I'm gonna do a little bit in here because I like this color. Here we go. All right, then we'll put this in here. And I've seen some people swirl the color once it's in the pot like that, instead of leaving the stripes, but I want to leave the stripes and see what happens. Okay. Put this white in. Yeah, you guys can see. Okay, good. I just realized I forgot to check and see if you guys are in frame. And don't forget to leave comments about designs you'd like to see. If maybe you'd like to, if you end up liking this wood grain, if you want to see it in different colors, like if you want to see blues and reds and like monochrome wood. I've been kind of wanting to do some monochrome wood pours, but I didn't because I didn't have the proper tool that I need later, which I'll tell you about Thursday. But anyway, but now that I have everything, I think that would be really fun to do, like a whole series on just wood grain pours. All right, now hopefully that's not going to set up on me before I can do the pouring, because we do want it to be a little fluid. And I'm going to because I can't help myself. I'm going to do a little bit of playing around with this, just in case we don't have a whole lot of extra when we're done. This way, it's more than just, blobs in there. It has a little bit of design. All right, let's get that out of the way. Okay. So here is our mold. And I'm going to keep it at kind of an extreme angle here. And I'm using the towel rolled up. In fact, I'll put this one in front because not only will I inevitably spill, but this will help prevent it from sliding forward. And then all we do, I'm just going to double check your comments real quick. Hi, Zooey. Won't let the kitty come see. I know. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll look cool with this ring effect. So what we do now is we just slowly pour down the side of the mold like this, and you go back and forth. And that starts adding the layers or the grain of the wood. And then to get like a knot in the wood, you just kind of do like a squiggle and keep going. Do another squiggle and keep going. And I did this before with the rainbow one like I was telling you about. And this should add knots to the wood. Okay, I'm going to start slowly allowing this to slide down because we're running out of space on this side. And it's not really pushing over for some reason, but we'll just keep going. Okay, it looks like it's separating, which is not a good sign. So either I didn't mix this enough, or maybe that fragrance, it's a fragrance I haven't used before. It's very possible that it's causing this separation, but that doesn't mean that it won't still come together. So we're going to see. We'll find out on Thursday. But more than likely, like my guess is just that it was, actually it's probably just starting to thicken up because I let it sit for so long. That's probably what it is. Alrighty, so let's tap this out. But if it does start to separate, I can reblend it and like rebatch it or something and make it into new soap. That'll be fine. I'm just going to put a little bit more on here. And I'm not going to do anything really to the top. Just going to try to get that soap in there. Because you're not really going to see the top the way that I do this. So you'll kind of see when it gets to that point. But we got that cool, trying to get this to like move over without messing it up. Okay, so even though it's got like that grainy kind of texture, that looks really neat. It almost looks like marble or something. So I'm fine with that. Let's get the rest in here. So probably with this pour, I'm going to have to do what I normally do and just do the pour for the main mold first and then do the pour in this extra mold last and just kind of deal with the fact that it's like a thickened batter. That's my guess. But I mean, it looks pretty smooth still. So hopefully it's okay. Just adding the rest of that in there. Okay. But that's how it is. Whenever you try a new fragrance, it's always an experiment. And you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so that made a pretty good, like, full bar. So that's pretty cool. Let me get this white off of here. And what we'll do is I'll get a little chopstick or something, and we can swirl that because, of course, this bar is not going to have the wood grain effect. I mean, it might inside, but we don't have a way of cutting it in a way that would be meaningful. So, okay. I'm just going to kind of swirl this. There we go. Now you got kind of a pretty swirl thing going on the top. Oh, let's use this one that I've been using. All right, so all right, so I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. These will go in the oven as usual, and to set up. And if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. And we'll definitely be cutting this Thursday. There we go. And normally I need to like mark the bar on where to cut, but we're going to do something completely different to cut this. So you'll see on Thursday. And hopefully I don't mess it up. Yeah, much better after the swirl. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it does look much better. It smells like apple. So smells amazing. I'll say that. Whatever else about this fragrance, it does really smell nice. I'm just hoping that it still smells nice after the soap is done, but I'm sure it will. Pretty much everything I've gotten from Nurture Soap has been very, very, very good as far as fragrance and everything goes. The suspense. I know, I know, I know. We didn't even have any like soap to cut today, so but we will have that on Thursday. Apples that grow on trees. Yes, exactly. Yes, but not. Yeah, this does not smell like computers. Let me take my face shield off. One second. There you go. That's better. All right. So yeah. So we're back on Thursday to cut it, and for Thursday, if you guys have any cool ideas, anything you want to see me make or try, definitely leave a comment. We could probably give that a shot. Otherwise, I may do like a monochrome wood pour if everything goes okay with this. If there's any issues, maybe we could remake this one. I do have some of the apple fragrance left, so either way. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Oh yeah, apples that grow on trees. Yep. Alrighty. So I guess that's it for this. And if you guys, as usual, if you have any questions or have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below or in the chat. It should now have a chat replay. It finally gave me the option to add that, so I'm hoping that you guys are able to see the chat replay. And have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel if you're new. It really helps me out. And as always, it was great having you guys along. I'll see you guys on Thursday.